And good evening, one and all. Oh, looks like something got fucked up. How did that happen? Unacceptable. Yes, it appears somehow that my attempt to return us all to. No, it looks fine. Well, I hope you all enjoy the tickers being back. I had fun writing them. How is everyone doing? Oh, Dragon's Blood is drunk. That is good. That is most of the nation right now. As I kind of joked in the text scroll there. As we saw in the news today, before we get into the news that I've got planned. Well, actually, no. We'll actually just jump into that in a moment. But I hope everyone is still adjusting well and remaining indoors. Keep you and your relatives safe by avoiding contact with any human being in any conceivable way whatsoever. Unless it's watching me, in which case this is a one-way communication and I've already been tested as probable COVID-19 probable. I don't think I'm sick, and I recently was gifted yesterday a nice big box of surgical gloves, so now I'm super excited to go out to the grocery store and wonder which objects on the shelf have been picked up, coughed on, and put back down by some TikTok user. It's exciting times, really. I will say, though, this has naturally brought a lot of reflection on my part. It's given me a lot to think about. For one thing, just yesterday when I was making my way down to the pharmacy to grab necessary items, I masked up. I had gloves.
I'll be honest with you.
Hood was up. I was rolling through the empty streets of Manchester thinking to myself, this is partially what I'd expected the end of the world to look like, For some people, it's a zombie apocalypse. Other people wonder what would happen if a massive world war broke out, or all these kind of different things. And I kept thinking to myself, this is a perfect example of how fiction always sets us up for disappointment. Because even, be it romantic relationships, be it the rearing of families, the pursuing of careers, any number of things that you maybe got these really awesome romantic ideas about from fucking movies. Well, just like that, the end of the world is exceptionally tedious. Although everyone does get to go out of masks, I've been thinking I should step it up a bit. I should order some swords from, I almost said Cold Stone Creamery, but that's an ice cream place. Cold Steel Creamery, that's who I'm talking about. Excellent Frogurt and katanas. But yeah, I get some swords.
I'll be honest with you.
Not for any particular reason.
I'm kind of retarded.
Just because I can. And I can go out in public like that. And that can be the new normal. We can all go out into the streets occasionally only for essential goods in costume. And not only give ourselves that 6 to 10 feet, but also eyeball each other on the way. Not knowing who is from what clan and what we need to do to make sure that they don't take our territory over. Maybe I'm jumping the gun on that one. But I am kind of proud to see that so many Americans in the midst of this pandemic are doing their patriotic duty. Exactly what many of them were doing before.
I'm kind of retarded.
Staying home, sitting on the couch, watching TV, not getting along with their families, eating too much, drinking too much. I salute you. Good, fine patriots. But not everybody's happy. Not everybody's happy doing their patriotic duty. Some people feel that it's time for a revolution against their state government, of course. It's a funny thing when you realize that people who, I guess in generations past, would talk about how states' rights, small government, all that, are now rallying to not necessarily oust their own governors because the head of state encouraged them to. But it's a funny juxtaposition to be in nonetheless. So, as always, though, I hope you're all staying safe, staying well-fed. Hope your bread is moist and fluffy. May all of your steaks be underdone. It's the only way to really do them. May all of your pastas be cheesy. And may all of your meals be edible. Yeah, that's pretty. I think I covered the bases there. It's kind of safe. So, yep. Ben made bread. Look at that. Ben made bread. I made a bunch of bread yesterday and traded some for some marijuana. Barter economy's back, bitches. And I'm not complaining. See, I even avoided going with the I baked so I could get baked thing. That didn't even cross my mind. My improv game is so tight in this the end of the world. I gotta say, I'm seeing fewer and fewer downsides. I don't have to deal with local people. I'm completely not worried about repaying my student loans. Making a lot of bread, getting stoned and drinking too much. Yeah, this is kind of a dream for me, I'll be honest. But then again, a lot of people are dying, so there's that. There's that. See, nothing is cut and dry, folks. Nothing is black and white. Sometimes, horrible things have to die. No, wait, horrible things have to happen in order for bad habits. Wait, no, they didn't die. They got worse. I was gonna get in shape and write a book, and I haven't done any of that. This is how it's really gonna get us all, y'all. Our own slovenly laziness. I'm surprised too. Here's a funny thing I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing. Do you remember those Instagram fitness trends, right? Where beer yoga. I like the sound of that, Cats and Lady. But you remember those Instagram influencer types, right? Like the super hot fitness couples who would do those like cutesy exercises together. Where the fuck are they? I'm thinking half of them are dead because they were quarantined together. And then they discovered that underneath that, beautiful exterior and their social media following, there was a personality that they did not like. And I'm not saying it's domestic violence. I'm talking about full-on battle royale, like an Alt J video, like that one where it's like people stabbing each other. They all murdered each other, I think. This is my theory. And because we're living in the age of coronavirus, where we can say anything from 5G's causing it to toothpaste can cure it, I'm going to posit the theory that all of the Instagram fitness influencers who did those cutesy little team building couples exercises that made you not only feel fat but very alone, they're all dead now. Or at least half of them are dead now. I'm just thinking. So many of them like to travel to places and find the quaintness of agricultural areas. In fact, here's the funny thing about new media stars in general. I don't think many of them really understand how food is made. But now they're like trying to farm, and they're not understanding why the seeds are not growing from the astroturf they covered their balcony in. Poor things. You will not survive when the new world comes. But we will show your videos in gym classes so that people can partner up and get super fit together. Just tighten up that core, get that core going, that core strength, right? Yeah, that's the future. And I, for one, I welcome the future. Because what else? I just need to see something here. Oh, that was weird. It just shifted. Just taking a look to see if my ticker's actually working on both of these. I think they should. No. That's fucking weird, man. Let's try that again. Okay. We'll see if it fixed it. But let's get rid of that. And we'll trot on over to the main screen. Yes, it is Bud Light Dragon Blood. It was cheap, and they sold it in a large box on sale. And I said I would rather have cheap beer that I can buy in a box than no beer at all. I think it was a wise idea. We all have to make sacrifices. In my case, actually, I made the sacrifice a while. See, this is the thing. I've been ahead of the curve on this the whole time. And I think it's important that everybody recognize that. I was social distancing long before it was mandatory. I was eating and drinking on the cheap long before it was mandatory. I was avoiding contact with other people, not just the social distancing, but, willfully mistrusting strangers wherever I saw them long before this all happened. Yeah, I've been, while you were out dating and going to dinner, I was studying the ways of the hermit. And that's why, in the world to come, I will lead a hermit army of hermits who, they sort of show up at their own time, preferably when no one else is around, and win the war for the future of involuntary introverts, or as I call them, introverts. You're welcome, America. I am here for you. Yep, we got a ticker. That's right, Dr. Fred Dave. We got a ticker back. Although it seems, at least I don't know if it still is. I'm going to have to see when it comes back around. It looked as though it was fucked up somehow on this screen. Binge eating for weeks and flock to the ocean once more. Ticker line return. Yep, no, it got fucked up. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, fucking son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. What are you doing to me? I'm trying to bring this bitch back. Wait a second. Alright, we'll see if maybe that fixes it. I'm very proud of my ticker lines. It's been... What, it's too fast now? You can't read that. That's too fast. Okay. That's fair. I think. Rotation. Size. It's been so fucked up because I haven't fucked with this in such a long time. I've actually forgotten, like, what the dealio with it is. Ben doesn't have his reading glasses on. Damn it, Ben! You knew you were supposed to prepare for this. What were you doing? Why did you fuck this up so badly? Filters? Oh, there we go. Let's see. Now that's... There we go. It's like a train. You gotta let it get going. Cool. Alright, nice. But it's still fucked up somehow. I don't understand what is going on. This is what I get. This is what I get for trying my best. For trying my best to make some funniness for yous. Yeah. Well, no, there's a line that didn't get all the way through it. I don't know why. I have an idea. See, look at this. I spent all this time ahead of time working to try and get this all right perfect, and now it's all just fuck. Anyway, whatever. It's there. You know I did it. That's about as far as I'm gonna go with trying to get that working because, well, honestly, what's the point? So let's look at some news. What's in the news? Well, Jacksonville beaches start reopening in Florida. States begin easing stay-at-home restrictions. This is a fucking bad idea. I'm sorry, and I understand the whole people being cooped up thing. I do. But fuck me, I mean, no. Don't reopen the fucking beaches. Don't reopen fucking beaches, especially not in Jacksonville. Beaches, I mean, a lot of people, you think of a beach and you think of those glorious, like crystal clear blue water sort of Caribbean things. No, fuck that. Nah, these places are fucking horrible. They're covered in dirt, filthy fucking people. And it's just a bad idea, and I especially I love the fact though that the beaches are reopening. You know, everyone's all winter you hear about like, oh, I'm gonna get my beach body ready. I'm gonna get my summer body ready. Are you beach body ready? Fuck no, you're not. You just spent the last several weeks staying at home, stuffing your face and drinking too much, watching everything that was on Netflix, and now you want to roll your pasty ass out onto the beach to look sexy for what? Well, at least you get COVID. Be part of a big old club. It'll be fine. Yeah. So let's see. What's this guy?
Be in a very different position than we are today.
Testing.
It's just more of this bullshit. These people need to start actually attaching the correct videos to their fucking articles. Beaches and parks in Jacksonville, Florida reopen Friday afternoon as more states consider easing restrictions put in place to battle the coronavirus pandemic. Again, this is a stupid idea. I'm not a medical expert, but neither is anyone else in fucking charge. So, you know, Bury them in the sand like the cigarette butts. Exactly. You're going to go out there and find a whole bunch of Truly cans just crushed up along the side and be like, well, someone's having some rather unfortunate sex. Crowds at Jacksonville Beach cheered when the barriers came down on the beach, according to the CNN affiliate WJXT. Where's my fucking mouse? Beaches will reopen from 6 to 11 a.m. and 5 to 8 p.m. so that they can go out and throw a fuck ton of chlorine down and delouse the sand after the filthy human beings have just scraped your corpulent bodies all along it, trying to imitate walruses and other such sea life. Activities such as sunbathing or any type of group activity will not be allowed at the beaches. So like me, everyone can just go to the beach alone. That's how I usually do most things. Same thing with movies. Fine with it. I'm fine with it. Let's see. During unrestricted hours and items like towels, blankets, chairs, coolers, grills will not be permitted on the beach. So literally, you can only bring your body. You can't even bring a fucking towel. You can just go out on the beach. There it is. It's quite a beach. That sun is hot. Well, fucking, this will be fine. This can be the beginning of a pathway back to normal life, or it can lead to widespread infections in a state full of a lot of meth gators and old people. Mayor Lenny Curry said, please respect and follow these limitations. Stay within the guidelines for your safety, as well as for the safety of your neighbors. I want to see, this would be like brilliantly sort of, or almost Orwellian, but in one of those really goofy idiocracy type of ways. So they just put posts all the way down the beach leading to the ocean, and they rope them off, so you've basically just got aisles that you're allowed to go down one at a time to visit the ocean. Say hello, Don't go in there, though. You might infect the ocean. We don't want you infecting the ocean, so just stay 6 feet away from the ocean and 10 feet away from the other people, and then stand there until your skin begins to crisp, because this is a bad idea without towels and grills and umbrellas and chairs and shit. Fuck me, that would be fun. Oh, let's see. People were excited to get back out onto the sand. No. I'm planning on going and riding my bicycle or surfing, Elliot Tony told WJXT. Well, you can't, though. Oh, well, no, they didn't specify surfboards. Some asshole's going to be there holding pork chops with no grill to cook them in, and then some other dickhead's going to be out there, like, just carving up the waves and shit. And she's going to be like, I can't cook these with those. Not everyone thought reopening was a good idea. There's a potential for the virus to blow into the air, so I think it's a risk, Lisa Mancini told the affiliate. Who the fuck is Lisa Mancini? Who the fuck is Elliot Tony? Why are you guys doing this? Jesus Christ. Officials aren't afraid to pull the plug on beachgoers if they don't abide by the social distancing rules and beach restrictions. Because there's nothing better than going to the beach with your friends than you all like spread out like you're a search team looking for a contact lens on a carpeted floor. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't think this new beach policy is really going to work. It's not a time to lounge. This is not a time to party. This is just a time to go to the beach, apparently. This is a time when you need to exercise, keep moving, and then go home, Glazer said. That's Atlantic Beach Mayor Ellen Glazer. So we're reopening the beach. You may walk or run up and down it. 6 to 10 feet apart. Don't fuck it up. Parks will resume regular hours, but the city's limiting on gatherings of people gatherings to fewer than 50 people remain in effect. So what the fuck is wrong with Florida, though? Like, every other state out there has put in, like, much more stringent guidelines. And meanwhile, this place with Governor Ron DeSantis, who seems to think that, like, you can get, maybe fucking 6 centimeter long mushroom tip into the back of your throat if it means you're going to get FaceTime at the Oval. This dumb motherfucker was criticized for his handling back in March of spring break for not closing the beaches sooner, and we know how that ended. As a result, he issued a safer at home order that went into effect April 3rd, Remains there till April 30th. DeSantis supports the idea of reopening beaches, parks, and public spaces so long as social distancing is practiced. Unlike those fucking dipshits in Michigan. You look at how these diseases you look at how this disease is transmitted. It's transmitted overwhelmingly when you're in close sustained contact with people in an indoor environment. You didn't know that a week ago. Holy shit. I almost regret not campaigning for state office here just because apparently the bar for getting elected and throughout the United States is exceptionally low. Oh well. Well, that's not the only thing that's going on. You guys remember Fiona Apple? She went all fucking crazy and shit. Yeah, she's still crazy as shit, but she's got a new album. She recorded it at home about feeling trapped. And according to Slate, it's the unofficial album of the pandemic. That's because I don't think the Grammy committee has formed a pandemic task force to decide this quite yet. And as you can see, she looks terrifying. I'm sorry, but oh, poor thing. Used to be such a beauty back in the day, and then that's what crazy does. That's what crazy does. Oh, what, Jables? Are you just gonna check out now that you've seen Fiona Apple's back? Yeah, she does look like a zombie. She looks a little undead. Although I will say this, she's not wearing a squid on her head, so she might have flattened her own curve in that sense, you know. But so, at the moment of isolating indoors, Fiona Apple's come to break us out, much of Fetch the Bolt Cutters album, Apple's first album in 8 years, and only her third in 20. Oh, yeah, that's all. No. Oh, 20, yeah. Was recorded in her home. Its songs built up from clattering percussion tracks that sound if they could have been pulled together using household objects. Barking dogs and the occasional mewing cat, sounds that have lately become more familiar to many of us than ever. Fuck me, you people are like... It's called staying at home. I don't even have pets. I sit in absolute silence and I scream in any direction when I hear another occupant of this building making noise. I got into a shouting match with a Great Dane through the floor the other day. Then we made up and kind of like hashed it out, and we're cool now, but don't worry about it. So let's see. Okay, so let's just hear a little bit. I paused it. Let's hear a little bit about what this is about.
Those it girls hit the ground, comparing the way I was to the way she was, saying I'm not stylish enough and I cry too much, and I listened because I hadn't found my own voice yet. So all I could hear was the noise that people make when they don't know shit. But I didn't know that yet. I grew up in the shoes they told me I could fill. When they came around, I would stand real still. A girl can roll her eyes at me and kill. I got the idea I wasn't real. I thought being blacklisted would be grist for the mill.
Thank you, Larry.
Until I realized I'm still here. I grew up in the shoes they told me I could fill. Shoes that were not made for running up that hill. And I need to run up that hill. I need to run up that hill. I will. Fetch the bolt cutters. I've been in here too long. Fetch the...
Yep, so that was the thing. Fiona Apple. See, the thing is, though, is you can tell, like, she's like she's a crazy lady. She is a crazy, crazy lady. And I think it's safe to say that she's probably been cooped up and self-isolated for so long on her own that she literally had no idea there was even a pandemic going on. She just produced this album because no one wanted to hang out with her. Maybe that's it. Poor crazy lady with enough money. Oh, back in the day, I mean, I still like I still love most of her music. Yeah, a lot of it, most of it. Not this. Not this. I mean, I suppose good on her for making something in this time of isolation and such, but oh, yeah, no. I'm not made for bread entirely yet, Dead Wolf. I'm getting there, though. I am getting there. So, Fiona Apple's got a new album out for the apocalypse here. Jables is, I believe, probably dead. He's probably killed himself at this point. So, Bolt Cutters, it's release. He's been hinting at it for a year. So, I was fucking right. Holy shit. She's been writing and working on this album about feeling trapped and isolated for much, much longer than everyone has been trapped and isolated. Great timing, babe. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Oh my god. Who the fuck formatted this article, too? This is awful. It's like trying to read a phone book as though it was a novel. I don't really know what that means. Head to scour our social feeds. Alright, nobody cares about you finding this. But good job, Sam Adams. What the fuck? How come you get a job this cush and you get to be named Sam Adams? I mean, how many articles on Tiger King you written? 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, you've been slacking on your fucking job, haven't you? Alright, well, that's the thing that happened. So, yeah, forget matters, something remotely creative. What the fuck? Soul Asylum dropped a new album today. Really now? Really? I didn't even think they were still a thing. Well, so that's our thing. We've got Fiona Apple. She's clearly still very lonely. But as it turns out, Dr. Fauci has some advice for you. If you were super lonely, right? And maybe you're like willing to maybe throw some dice there. That's right. Dr. Fauci endorses Tinder hookups if you're willing to take a risk. Now, I've got an opinion on this. We're going to go over this article a little bit, and I'm going to give my opinion in the comment section where it belongs. Tired of having your sex life online during lockdown? You're in luck. Government coronavirus expert Dr. Anthony Fauci says that heart-sick isolationists can hook up with asymptomatic Tinder matches in real life. But the thing is, though, is like the isolationists aren't on Tinder. Well, maybe they are, but everyone gets bored of just seeing their trucks. But like in love, it involves some risk. No shit. Hooking up with getting some strange off of Tinder comes with some risks now. You're welcome, America. The 79-year-old immunologist dropped the unorthodox dating tip in a Tuesday interview on Snapchat's Good Luck America. Toward the end of the tape segment, Fauci was asked, if you're swiping on a dating app like Tinder or Bumble or Grindr and you match with someone that you think is hot and you're just kind of like, maybe it's fine if this one stranger comes over, what do you say to that person? You know, that's tough, replied the befuddled National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease director to the curveball. Nailed it! Because that's what they called, because that's what's called relative risk. Then he dropped the bombshell. If you're willing to take the risk and, you know, everybody has their own tolerance for risks. I really hope he gets played by Danny DeVito in the movie, by the way. You could figure out if you want to meet somebody, said Fauci, who was named candidate for People's Sexiest Man Alive award. Whoa. Yeah. And now the entire chat in Twitch is dominated with discussions about Winona Ryder. I wouldn't turn it down even now. 90s Winona Ryder, absolutely. Modern day Winona Ryder, sure. I'll like send her into a shop, have her pick me up a few things with her 5-finger discount. Okay, well, Mustang Patriot 1995 got something to say about this whole affair here. First off, no ladies on Tinder are actually interested in meeting anyone. They just want validation that they are as hot as the average Fox News host. Looking at you, Brett Baer. Is that how you spell it? I'll just go with Tucker Carlson. Secondly, I cannot believe this good news institution would sink to the levels of promoting such degeneracy as premarital sex. I've never had that and never been married, but I can't imagine it's all that good for our nation's soul. No, our nation's moral compass. In short, hashtag fire Fauci. There we go. Oh, I feel better about that now. What have people been saying about Mustang Patriot? Oh, they just liked my comments. Koompas. That's right, Koompasses. So that's the thing that's happening. Fauci says if you want to fuck some stranger off the internet, you go right ahead. And I've kind of had that attitude for a long time anyway, and it didn't really go anywhere after this. So, there you go. That's your fucking health briefing. That's your daily medical update from the Saints crack medical team. Spent a lot of time in hospitals, a lot of time enough to be a doctor. Here's some serious news. Trump breaks with his own guidelines to back conservative anti-quarantine protesters. Yeah, I don't know if you guys caught this today on Twitter, but he was all like, liberate Michigan, liberate West Virginia, or Virginia. Virginia, you have to liberate Virginia and your great Second Amendment. It's under siege. This is where we're at. I've been calling it a dark farce for a long time. Now we're actually getting there. Now, and it's great too, because everyone's like, oh, Orange Man bad. Yeah, guys. Yeah. He is. He's not good at this job. Sorry. Liberate Minnesota. Liberate the Vikings. Let the Vikings go. They'll liberate the other states, those Minnesota Vikings. I've heard they had Vikings there. Asked about his tweets at Friday's White House press briefing and whether those states should lift stay-at-home orders, Trump said, no, but elements of what they done are too much. It's too tough. Ooh. Let's see. He remarks on social media posts, some conservative groups have grown increasingly frustrated with the local directives that have slammed the brakes on the U.S. economy, the strength of which had been a key selling point in Trump's re-election effort. Honestly, like, if we realize, I hate Joe Biden. I probably will not vote for him, but my God, if we end up with Trump for another 4 years while this is still going on, I will be laughing so fucking hard the entire time. I mean, the entire time. I mean, I'm chuckling right now. Because it's like there's 36,000 people who've died in this country, right? We're not even through April. And I had to like look at that. I'm like, what month is it? We're not even through April. 36,000 people have died. And we're like, we got great stock gains. Stock market's doing really well. Oh, okay. I feel better. The market is always such a reliable and trustworthy barometer for everything. It's not remotely reactive or volatile. As long as we've got those good stock gains, as long as my portfolio remains diverse and robust and healthy, then fuck grandma. You know? fuck the elderly parents. Okay, boomer. Goodbye, rest in peace, boomer. It's basically it. But on the bright side, it'll open up a lot of liquid capital when those inheritances get to flow back into the stock markets through involuntary 401k purchases. Hey! Whoa! Who said I wasn't an economist, y'all? Anyway, amid the urgent state efforts, thousands of protesters wearing Trump paraphernalia and one douchebag, as we know, in a Guy Fawkes mask in the year 2020. Well done. have congregated in the capitals of Minnesota, Michigan, and Virginia, flouting stringent mitigation measures imposed by Democratic governors Tim Walz, Gretchen Whitmer, and Ralph Northam. Northam was dismissive of Trump's unexpected broadside. I love how these are not just politicians, they are battleships. Telling reporters that he and his staff were fighting a biological war. I do not have time to devolve myself in Twitter wars. Meanwhile, our president, who even in the midst of a pandemic decides that it's a worthwhile thing to take to Twitter to say that watching Fox News all afternoon on the weekends is a waste of time, and now he watches OANN. I just can't get over that shit. It's like, oh, okay, so he takes the weekends off, you know. President likes to punch out around, 6 in the afternoon, put his slippers on, maybe get like a nice McFlurry, kick back and watch some Fox News while the rest of the government is hopefully trying to get something done. And, yeah, it's good, though. Because, like, you never want to waste a perfect opportunity to remind not only yourself and the country, but your supporters, how universally stupid you are required to be a part of this movement at this point. I mean, I'm sorry. It's you're running out of excuses. I had someone on Twitter, and I know Twitter's a shitty barometer for everything, but, like, I judge him on how he governs. Okay, please elaborate. I heard nothing back. Yeah, we need some Ross Perot shit. Or fuck it, let's all just vote for Vermin Supreme. What do you got to lose? What do you got to lose? Vote for him. Vote for Vermin Supreme. Honestly, I bet Vermin would probably do a much better job of this than this retard. But, so, Democrats not satisfied. Kane saying blah, blah, blah. Inslee of Washington, an even stronger reaction, issuing a lengthy statement condemning Trump's rhetoric. His tweets encourage illegal and dangerous acts and put millions of people in danger. But that's all worth it if we can keep America great. For America is so great right now, and we're going to be so much greater. Someday we can look back at today's meltdown as something to be pitied rather than condemned, but we don't have that luxury today. There's too much at stake. Okay, and then for some reason Politico invokes it's like when Unite the Right. No, it's not like the Unite the Right rally. It's like every single one of his goddamn statements. The man's a blustering moron. There is no getting around it. And it's gonna be fucking hilarious, because even if we don't get him, if we get Biden, we're gonna get we've taken some substantial action on was it the kissing one? The kissing disease, right? The thing. Well, that's okay, Ben. You have to take your pony if Vermin gets elected. That will be your national identity pony. It's basically going to be like your driver's license. And everyone's going to have to put trailers on their cars for their ponies. Yeah, and they just wingle, wangle, wang, and go on. But yeah, let's see. He said stores could try a retail to go. Yeah, no, we're fucked. And I mean, we're fucked no matter what happens. So I'm almost happy that this fucking blustering buffoon, and if you haven't had a chance yet, on Netflix, go check out Dirty Money. And look at the last episode. It's like, these are documentaries. And it's important because when you watch documentaries and they show you the proof, and they show you the timelines, and they show you the evidence, and they show you the testimony, that's a lot better than the dipshit conspiracy theories you're seeing spun by retards like OANN and the like, and all these other new media jackasses. And remember, simply because the thing is compelling does not mean it's true. And I want you to keep that in mind if you end up watching like Mouthy Buddha's latest video on the pedophile cult conspiracy that he's apparently really into. But yeah, go check that out, because when you find out, when you see exactly what kind of incompetent tit, and I don't mean, this isn't like, I get it, like my Trump supporter friends are like, oh, you just don't like him. It's like, yeah, I don't like him because he's a shady scumbag. And he's a failed businessman. He's basically just a rich kid who's consistently been supported his entire life. And then when he was old enough, he learned how to grift and pretend and make the appearance that he was successful to get a TV show. Well, Pro Paranoia, if you should try watching the actual briefings he does. Like, they have people in the room who like to say, all of these deaths from this virus are really bad, but how does that compare to the millions of babies that are murdered in abortion clinics? The fuck are you talking about, lady? So, yeah, it's, it's like the PragerU kind of shit. That's just that kind of shit. But yeah, when you find out like Trump's real history, you find out he is completely unaccomplished. The only thing he's been good at is convincing people he's accomplished. And now he's president, and we get to see exactly what making dipshit reality TV style decisions on national levels really amounts to. And I, for one, love it. I love it. For one thing, it's hilarious to watch it botch. Another
I'll be
thing,
honest with you.
we're all gonna die someday, right?
I'm kind of retarded.
So might as well have a laugh on the way by. But here's the thing. So, we're thinking about the beaches in Florida. We're thinking about poor Fiona Apple, who probably wishes she'd gone out more before this whole thing happened. We talked about Fauci saying, go ahead. If you want to go smash some strange on Tinder, go ahead. And then this, but how about this? This is fucked up. So this guy is forced to isolate in a ghost town with a murderous past after being snowed in, right? And doesn't this look like the fucking Hateful Eight to you? Yeah, so a man who bought a ghost town with a sinister past has been forced to quarantine. By the way, can we rearrange society in a way so that we don't constantly have these like young 30 under 30, hey, I made $1 million in the marketing game, I'm going to buy a fucking ghost town kind of shit. Sorry, it's just like, why do you want a ghost town? Leave it alone. Let people explore it. Brent Underwood, fuck me, waspy motherfucker, says he's been resorting to melting snow for water after his week-long stay at Cerro Gordo, California was unexpectedly and significantly prolonged by nationwide coronavirus lockdowns. Well, yeah, Y2KNW, though, look at that face. Look at that face. I don't think he's like, I think it was a novelty thing. He's just like, well, shit, that sounds like fun. I want to own a town. I'll get a horse and be a cowboy. Or maybe, Dina's got a good point. Maybe this is some Patrick Bateman shit. Like, he bought this whole town just so that like he can turn it into a secret mass grave. It's an interesting theory. And because I'm an internet newsman, I'm going to go ahead and say it's likely. I'm going to say that's highly, highly likely. In fact, until someone shows me rock solid proof that that's not the case, I believe it's true. Serial killing ass motherfucker. He told Sky News he had arrived during good weather a month ago, and that 4 consecutive days of snow had left him stuck there in solitude ever since. Danke, Larry, danke. I mean, I'll be honest, this is one of these kind of weird things. I don't want to say like I've lived pioneer style, but when, I think it was 2014? Yeah, it was like early 2014, this massive snow and ice storm like blanketed New Hampshire to where everything stopped. And I was stuck out in Pembroke at my brother's. Now, fortunately, we had a gas stove, but no water was running. So it was melting snow for everything we were doing. No heat, so we're bundling up as we had to. It was kind of pioneer-esque. It wasn't fun, but I did discover I started reading so much. I didn't mind it too much. But I gotta wonder if living like out in a fucking joint like this, what that would be like. I better have a rifle. I want to like, that way I can hunt some grizz. I don't think there's any grizz out there. But he's melting the snow in his naked body of the women tied up in his pantry. Well, only after he cooks them, Dina. Come on. I think I woke up one morning and I woke up and saw the snow was over my truck and I thought, what have I gotten myself into? I managed to calm myself down by the following day and decided I would just use my time here productively. I'm definitely social isolating at least. Ha 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 ha. Fucking ginger millionaire. So he bought the former silver mining town for $1.4 million in 2018. He had left it mainly in the hands of its full-time caretaker of 21 years, Robert Damaris. So for 21 years, this guy's lived in a dead mining town. He's probably figured out a hobby or two, or he fucking beats off a lot. But as restrictions designed to curb the spread of COVID-19 began, the 32-year-old marketer, fucking scumbag, I'm gonna Bill Hicks your ass, agreed to take over upkeep of the 400-acre space for a week while Mr. Damaris visited Arizona checking his wife.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
26.
I'm kind of retarded.
It's 26 miles from the nearest grocery store, but 4 feet of snow means traveling any further than a few hundred yards is currently impossible. Despite previously being a skeptic, the skeptic community gets its comeuppance. Mr. Underwood said his experiences during his time alone in the 22-building town had led him to believe rumors it was haunted. He said the town had once been subject to an episode of ghost hunters, and that's fucking rock-solid proof right there, which concluded it was haunted by the ghosts of 2 children who died after being trapped in a closet and scaring grown men out of a dark space while they ran with their GoPros. He said apart from the ghosts and maybe a few bobcats, I'm alone. I've been having visitors, but not necessarily welcome ones. I've heard some strange sounds, and I had a book fall off a shelf for no apparent reason. Ooh, spooky. Having said that, I never really felt under threat from any spirits, so maybe we found a way to coexist peacefully. Dude, you need to get Marianne Williamson, fly out there and like Halo jump in so that she can purge that mining town of the dark psychic forces. And then she'll stop making YouTube videos, and it's a win-win for the both of us. He's definitely open-minded of it now. While he has no more fresh food such as vegetables, he had enough rice and tinned goods to survive until the conditions allowed him to travel in and out of town. Ba-doo-doo-doo, he made a snowman friend. Now a guy gets it what to want. I think Marianne Williamson can still win. I think so too, Larry. I think she's got a pretty strong shot at the nomination myself. At least she can finish complete sentences. It's cold and I'm quite hungry. I know there are lots of people around in far worse position. It's been interesting trying to have fun with it. I figure I'm not getting out too soon, so I'm trying to treat each day as an adventure. Yeah, that's the pioneer spirit. They'd wake up every day, fucking click their heels. Super excited at the chance to scrape and struggle to survive. Was it something I planned? Jesus fucking Christ, you guys. Oh, there we go. I certainly missed out on the Netflix phenomenon. When I do make it on social media, I keep seeing all these memes about Tiger King, and I have no idea what people are talking about. This guy is the luckiest fucking person on earth. First off, he's a fucking millionaire. Second off, he owns a mining town. Third off, he never had to deal with fucking Tiger King. I mean, I watched it, and it was interesting, but fuck me, I don't care anymore. I don't fucking care. Stop talking about it. Everyone should start watching Happy. Yes, everyone should be watching Happy right now. That's what you should be watching. Fucking. Anyway, so he's stuck out there. And then, you know what's going to happen? He's going to die, and he's going to haunt the place. And I'm going to buy it for $40 after the market crashes. And then I'm going to go there and just talk shit to this ghost. That's my plan. I hope you guys are ready. You've never heard of Happy yet, Sturbert? If you want to watch Happy, you definitely want to watch Happy. It's it's one of those things you watch it and you're like, how the fuck did they get away with making this? This is amazing. Chris Maloney, absolute genius. Patton Oswalt, not bad as a voice actor. Oh man, you gotta watch Happy. The little tiny blue flying imaginary horse, and he's with an alcoholic former cop turned like hitman with some very unusual predilections. Two more. Mystery burning object flies over UK skies, leaving a trail of smoke that stayed for 20 minutes. Holy shit, it's happening, guys. It's happening. Fucking aliens are here, bro. I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. Look like a thick chemtrail. It's fucking chemtrails, bro. They're chemtrail and they're sick. The fucking UK police are sick of their goddamn. I'll tell you what, they're goddamn sick of all these people not obeying their curfew laws, so now they're gonna chemtrail the shit out of the UK so they can force compliance. It landed beyond the horizon. That's how big it was. How we couldn't see it land. Jerry said, "We see a lot of strange things down the river, but this is the first time we've seen something like that." Goddamn aliens. Oh, I'm not signing up for this shit. So we got one more story. It's kind of a sad one. I just actually caught on to it and I didn't know. So how many of you are familiar with Talking Kitty Cat? Anyone know Talking Kitty Cat on YouTube? Well, I'll play you a clip. It's a cute channel. I discovered it with my daughter, and it's a lot of fun. So he just kept making shit tons of these videos.
Something to the dog?
No.
Are you sure, kitty? Because it looks like you did. Sylvester?
Yeah.
Did you do something to the dog?
No.
Are you sure, kitty? Because it looks like you did.
Ow.
How? Sylvester, just look at her.
Okay.
She looks completely uncomfortable and terrified. Wait, is that the way she acts when she's around you all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have really broke her spirits down.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, and kitty, guess what?
What?
Remember how the kittens were going to leave after 6 weeks? Well, they're not.
What?
No, they're going to stay for 8 weeks.
Why?
Because they're too young. They have to wait for 2 more weeks, kitty.
That's bullshit.
Are you not happy with it?
No.
Kitty, it's going to be okay, I promise. Oh, we get to keep you guys for 2 more weeks. I'm so excited. Random, your kittens are so cute, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, they are. They're adorable, kitty. Okay, so the litter box is here, and you guys are pooping here. What's the deal? What's the deal with you, huh? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay, come on up here with your brothers and sister. I gotta talk to you guys, okay? Attention, random Gibsons. Hello, my name is Steve. We've met before. Today I want to talk to you guys about something called house cleaning. We humans like to keep the house clean, and sometimes we have to use special...
Oh, for fuck's sake, God damn it. Like, it was working. I am so fucking fed up with OBS right now. You fucking cunts. Get your shit together, will ya?
Special things. One of them is called a vacuum. I'm going to show you a picture of it. This may seem shocking to you, but take a good look because you're about to see one in real life. This is a vacuum. I apologize in advance, okay? Hey, Sylvester, I wouldn't get too comfortable just yet.
What now?
Because I'm about to vacuum in the other room. I know how much you hate that thing.
What?
You know, the vacuum.
What?
The carpet monster.
Damn.
Yeah, just wanted to warn you. It's going to be loud. I'll let you know when it's safe to come back in, all right, kitty? Really sorry about this, kitties. I'll be done in a minute. Okay, we're done. That's it. That's the whole thing. Is everybody okay? Did everybody survive? How are you doing, little Gray? How are you? Whoa, hey, look, I'm sorry. Look, well, you're falling. Come on, let me help you back up there. Come on, kitty. Oh my goodness, you're trembling. Kitty, it's okay. I won't use the vacuum again, I promise. Your mom is gonna be so mad at me. Random kitty. Hey, listen, I need to talk to you. Kitty, look, come on, it's important. I need to talk to you about your kittens. I had to vacuum in there, and are you listening? Kitty. What the? Okay. You know, I don't usually have a hard time understanding cats, but Random Kitty is just so...
Well, so it's a fun channel, and there's plenty of content on there. Unfortunately, Steve Cash, the guy behind it, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Oh. Yeah, homeboys passed. Yeah. Yeah, Steve Cash, known to his millions of fans as the guy behind Talking Kitty Cat videos, is dead by suicide, Tim has learned. Social media star died this morning, Thursday morning, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. His wife, Celia DeCosta Cash, wrote on Facebook, "Just lost my best friend, my sidekick, my lover, my mentor, my absolute everything. Hurts me to share this. Please understand. Give the family time to grieve. Know that Steve is no longer in pain." Yeah. Steve has opened with his fans about his mental health battles back in September. Someone replied to one of his posts saying, "You've been so active on social media lately. At first I thought you were hacked." Steve replied, "No, I'm bipolar. I'm a manic up right now. When I go back to depression, I'll vacate everything." He started his YouTube channel back in November 2007. Voiced every episode where he talks to his cats. He had 2.43 million subscribers in nearly 2 decades. He racked up 770 million views and counting. His most popular video was Bad, Bad, Bad. And he was 40. Rest in peace, duder.
Hey, Gibson. So, random kitten, what do you think about Gibson? He's not bad. He's just bigger than you, that's all. But he's actually a good kitty. I'll let you in a minute, Gibson. Hey, random kitten, I have to warn you. I gotta let in Sylvester, Gibson, and the dog. Oh, no, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be that bad, I promise you. So, anyway, hey, Gibson. Kitty, stop. Gibson, do you even want to come inside? What the hell do you mean? Oh, wow. What the hell? Kitty.
So yeah, we still haven't been able to find Random Kitten's owner, but it's only a matter of time. Besides, everybody's been getting along great. Kind of.
I can barely see you through all the nose prints. Oh, hey, Sylvester.
Yeah.
Hey, I was just asking Gibson, do you guys want to come on inside? Okay. Hey, Random Kitten, I'm gonna put you over on the couch. You'll be alright, okay? I promise. Random Kitten, meet Shelby. Shelby girl, meet Random Kitten. Shelby girl's a black lab. We've had her for... It's okay. She's not bad. She's not bad. You stop it. You're gonna give her a complex, Random Kitten. Look, Shelby, you're not bad. You're a good girl, aren't you? She really is a good girl. She's only tried to eat Sylvester one time. Sylvester, hey, Kitty, Sylvester, look at me.
What?
Sylvester, I just wanted to ask, are you planning on beating up the kitten again?
No.
Okay, good. Then everybody can get along, Sylvester, as long as you play nice, all right? Now, we don't know how long Random Kitten's gonna be here, so I just want... Sylvester, will you just promise not to do anything to creep her out?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. It's okay, he's just looking at you. He's not doing anything. Sylvester, will you stop staring at the kitten? You're creeping her out, okay? Come on, we talked about this. Random Kitten, it's okay. You're gonna be fine, I promise, okay? Be careful, don't... Kitty, no. Random Kitten, Jam, you're crazy. Don't chase his tail, okay? Kitty, Random Kitten, would you be careful? Okay, Sylvester, remember what we talked about. Please don't do anything. Yeah, Random Kitten, this one kind of is bad. Sylvester, she's just a kitten. Wow, she thinks all three of you are bad.
I know.
I gotta say though, Kitty, I'm surprised. I thought for sure when she was chasing your tail, you were just gonna turn around and smack the shit out of her, but you didn't. So?
Well, I'd recommend you guys give it a look if you haven't seen it before. It is a lot of fun. Rest in peace to Steve Cash, 40 years old. Not a good way to go. Anyway, that sucks. So we're gonna review some things here real quick, sleaze. Just get the fuck rid of that story. That's good and depressing. Oh yeah, for the channel there. Yeah, enjoy this channel. Still loads of content. It's a lot of fun. Now let's take a look back here. What do we got? All right, so we started off Lesser Saints of Discord, rated with a party of 13. Thank you. Mickey Ficky gifted a sub to Catharsis. That's 5 months going at tier 1. Skull Maggot hosted with a viewer. Thank you, mate. Mickey then gifting a sub to Dragon's Blood. 4 months in a row, tier 1. Thank you for those. Lizbit subscribed with Prime for 3 months. And of course, if you've got Amazon Prime and you like this show that I do, and you like the movie nights, and you like all that other shit, why not subscribe using Amazon Prime? It's free. Y2CanW threw us our first video of the night. Donating $1. We'll see what this be. I like because I'm getting better at like getting them set up without fucking jumping the fucking gun. You know? It's fucking important. Alright, so Larry Kubiak coming in. Don't know what the fuck is going on in this vid, but it's funny shit. China related I found by accident. It's metal as fuck. Okay, that sounds fun. And then just to fuck with Larry there. 666 from just this guy, man. Cause see, Larry likes nice round. Larry likes the progress bar there to have a nice round number. That way we can feel like we're all making progress. By myself. Wait. Yeah, why not? I'm making progress together with you. But yeah, and then just this guy, man, decides. Nah, fuck those. Here, we got 666 now in there. Mickey, the link is up above. It's further back. It's just a couple of chats back. So, let's see if I can do this without fucking it up. As in clicking off and having the shit just eat shit and go all the way to hell. First video, this is AMV Hell 3 clip. This is from Y2KNW. Let's see what we got.
Hello. Thank you for calling Disturbing the Peace. To help expedite your call, please listen carefully to the following options. If you're calling to solicit a demo tape, press 1. If you're calling regarding a job, press 2. If you're calling to borrow money, press 3. If you're calling to find the nearest weed spot in your area, press 4. If you're out of alcohol on Sunday, press 5. If you need a hoe for the evening, press 6. If you woke up with a hangover and a pair of hairy balls on your forehead, press 7. You've just pressed 7. You've been victimized and introduced to a moral crime called teabagging. We suggest you promptly hang up the phone, beat the ass of any white guys you hung out with last night, then find and destroy all photos before they appear on the internet. Thank you for calling. Good luck. Goodbye.
No, it didn't freeze. It's just frozen. So, well, thank you for that, Y2KNW. Now, let's see what... Okay, this is the most emotional Chinese New Year ever, as brought to us by Larry Kubiak. That was pretty decent weeb shit, wasn't it?
I really don't understand, lor. Why every year we have to come back here? 3-4 hours in the jam.
Yeah, lor. Some of the food not nice every year also.
Yeah, the food really not nice.
好難食喎。
I've not seen this one, so...
What's in the way I'm mad? I only see you once a year. I know you'd rather be out with your friends, but now you're mine till I say it ends. If you want the young pow, you have to serve me tea. Wish me good luck, good health, prosperity. If you want the young pow, you must be good to me. Don't just sit all day and play. Sure, die day. No, one love, I know, a boy, a girl, and you're getting married. When are you going to make lots of babies? It's that time where we come together. It's that time where you don't leave me alone. It only took you way too long to be. I'm on my way, this is way too much for me. Hey kids, I need you to listen. I'm old, not long enough to live. When the call rings, just pick up the phone. Hey boy, please just come back home. So gong si fa chai. I don't know when I'll die. You better keep it tight. I've been to school since 1985.
I ain't got this button.
It's that time where we come together. It's that time where you don't leave me alone. It only took you way too long to be. I'm on my way, this is way too much for me. Hey kids, I need you to listen. I'm old, not long enough to live. When a call rings, just pick up the phone. Hey boy, please just come back home. Please come back home. Don't leave me here and no folks home. Please come back, please come back home. Don't leave me here and no folks home. Please come back, please come back home. Don't leave me here and no folks home. Please come back, please come back home. Don't leave me here and no folks home.
a home for aging metal stars. And somehow that managed to help Larry Kubiak. Oh my god, it's Chinese Black Mirror. It was Chinese Black Mirror!
Thank you for watching our Chinese New Year music video.
That's enough of that. It was different. I liked it. Show it to your grandma, you should. I would, but they're all dead. I am the Mimon
I'm
now.
gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
And then we've got let's see here. We've got Canuck with $3.34 to appease Larry. He does have Evangelion dolls. So that was fun. I'm gonna start out like we usually do, but just drag Jables in. Jables. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, Yabli's boogly. Yep, dead. All my grandparents is dead, but then they were fucking old. And I think Jables might still be dead from which one of those reports was it that made him kill him? Oh, the Fiona Apple. That's right. Well, Jables better come back. Otherwise, I'm going to send him Fiona Apple tracks every time they come out on Spotify. I'll just force him to listen to more. Well, I guess Jables is dead to the world. Let's do some random number generation. And there's 5 of y'all waiting right now. I'm so glad I didn't actually go back to DLive. That's a terrible website. So, what's up, the captain?
What's up for you? I made some bread today.
I was worrying that my headphones weren't working. What kind of bread did you make? Did you get your sourdough starter kit?
No, I did soda bread.
Soda bread? Oh, that's a good choice,
Not
too.
a basic bitch. Fuck you.
I love sourdough, honestly. I just think it's funny as fuck. Like, you know, it takes a pandemic to get people to go to the height of our consumer technology that we have available, the internet. It's like, come on, it's the ultimate social network we have now. And now they're learning and taking joy in doing something that we have been doing for thousands upon thousands of years. Congratulations. You figured out how yeast worked.
Well, that's why I made soda bread. I don't have yeast. Like, I have baking soda, salt, like out the wazoo, and all-purpose flour. I have self-rising flour, so I don't have to do that part.
Well, it was funny as fuck because hold on, alcohol was deemed as non-essential in Louisiana. No. That will not work. That will not work at all. Oh, I'm not saying it won't. Not even, yeah, no. I mean, it won't fly, but I mean, I can say at least for New Orleans, I know that there's gonna be a beautiful, tremendous black market that erupts. It's gonna be like bars will become speakeasies once again. Oh well, Bourbon Street, press F for Bourbon Street. Indeed, they'll probably be okay. Because it's like it's like the eighth wonder of the world, in my opinion. But like, here's the thing: I could honestly see a number of the neighborhood bars. Because when I lived in New Orleans, every neighborhood has at least one neighborhood bar, and most of the time they were closed off, kind of like you want a bar to be. Like, you know, can't see in the windows, can't see out the windows. The windows are there just to provide a little extra ambient light during the day. The doors are big security doors with like single plastic screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could kind of see like them boarding up, putting up signs saying like closed for COVID or something, and then just letting folk in the back and like letting regulars in and be like, we're not stopping. Fuck you think this is? That's why I love that town.
See, that's why I fucking like want to move there.
Yeah, that's why I want to move
like
back.
that.
That's why I want to move back. I mean, again, it's not universal, but let's just say that compared to other major cities, New Orleans is the kind of town where laws are
Questionable.
no, more like recommendations. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
They're like guidelines. And if you can get away with not following one, well, there's nothing wrong with that, you know.
As
Nothing
long
wrong
as no one caught you, you're fine.
Yeah, as long as no one catches you. I mean, the worst part about it is, like, it is still racist as fuck in many ways. And not in the ways you'd think, but, I remember, like, I got away with, like, a bunch of shit down there. Nothing heinous or bad. Just the kind of thing I'd get arrested for anywhere else. And my roommate was always like, that's because you're white, dude. Like, cops, you're fucking racist as fuck. Like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm a lot of black on black. Like, black cops apparently really fucking, they can get a bit brutal. And I used to remember to see the same thing in Philly. But in New Orleans, yeah, it's like, for the most part, as long as you're not causing no trouble, doing your thing. Like, honestly, I could kind of see the city authorities even looking the other way if a few small, like, bars decided to just open up and have little parties, right, for their regulars. Because yeah, the old like, I mean, like, Finn McCool's was my place, and that place didn't close down for fucking hurricanes. It was like owned by like some proper Irish Republicans, let's say.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't close down for fucking anything. I remember when Hurricane Rita was coming through, I got exactly, Scrappy. It's not a bar, it's a private club now. We'll apply for the license tomorrow.
Prim, Nevada, and it's like 75% black. No internet, no TV. We had radio, and that's basically fucking it. And so after work, everyone had house parties at their place. In fact, if you weren't at the party, people would beat on your door asking you why you weren't there. And like, great community, but I was often the only white person in the fucking room. And our security, like for the casinos, because we had 3 of them in this small town, like population less than 400, was just casino security. We didn't have cops. We had mail maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
There's part of me that kind of likes that. Like, I kind of like that notion. I mean, in NOLA, for instance, so I remember when I got off the plane, right? I'd just flown back. I came up for a visit with Quinn, and I flew back down to New Orleans, and I get my shitty little Jetta out of the parking lot, and I know Hurricane Rita's like it's like on our fucking doorstep. I get back, roommate's already taken off to Texas. I go for like my after flight drink at my bar, Finn McCool's. All the regulars are there, like nothing's happened. Bar's functioning like normal. Everyone's fine. And I was asking, like, you're not worried about the hurricane? He's like, you mean the hurricane? No. Everyone's got their grills. They got their meat. They got their beer. And I guess there was like there had been a thing where, like, if the streets flooded enough, as long as your house didn't get flooded out, but, like, if it came up to the point where you couldn't drive, people with rowboats and shit and canoes would ferry people back and forth between different parties, because people would just have house parties, and they'd be, like, grilling on the porch. And so, like, if you pulled up with, like, a bunch of someone's friends in, like, a canoe or something, and they, like, sloshed out onto your deck for a burger and a beer, like, they'd toss you a beer. Like, that's how you deal with this shit. And it breaks my heart, honestly, though. Like, one of the things that's, like, breaking my heart watching this whole, in addition to, like, the absolute ineptitude of the handling and all the deaths, is also seeing these cities that I love so much, like,
I'll be honest with you,
bear such a burden, right?
I'm kind of retarded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that out in a second, Canuck. Thank you. $10. You see this piece of shit? Well, let's take a look at that piece of shit, because that suggests maybe
he evened it out.
Huh?
He evened out your ticker.
Oh. You see this piece of shit? Yeah, but I'm wondering, because he sent a video along with it. Let's have a look here. go live with that stream so you can hop in there and take a look. I wonder what the fuck happened to Jables. Do you think the Fiona Apple really like put him over the edge?
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Well.
No, he did me a solid the other night. I hosted a different Jackbox other than like Full Flash.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I couldn't actually. What the fuck? God damn it! Why? Something's going on with my computer, and I don't like it.
Yeah, that's janky as fuck. Are you using Windows 7?
No.
Because that looks like Windows 7, like the flickering bit at the top.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to dig through some shit. Sorry for not making it for game night last night, though. A very old buddy of mine came over, and then we ended up in like a fucking Facebook chat with another really old friend of ours, and just sort of like got lost from there. And I made a bunch of bread.
That's cool. It's fine, dude.
Well, let's see what Canuck is saying here. Okay.
Canuck, are you trolling?
It's Puddle of Mud. He paid $10, so I'm gonna let everybody else get angry too.
Canuck, you're fucking trolling.
I love it. This is like your average dude bro from downtown Manchester trying to do karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people.
Oh, there's no getting around how bad this is. I mean, there's no getting around it. And it's kind of amazing in that way. Because they're all so sincere about it. And it's still so bad.
Right?
Like, they know how to play the song. You can tell it, right? They know how to play it pretty well. That's singing.
We're just choosing not to.
It is Puddle of Mud, so, I mean, Dragon's Flow is like tone deaf. Well, yeah. Yeah. We know this. That fucking poor bass player looks so like, he's like really curious why he's there right now.
It's like, I'm not focusing.
Bongo drummer's like, this is right back where I started. How did this happen?
So, how goes the apocalypse for you?
Well, it just got a lot worse. I'll say that. Bongo player can't even look. Breadmaster PBJ says the bongo player can't even look at the singer.
Out of shame.
Oh wow, this is actually a copy of somebody else's YouTube video.
But yeah,
actually, let's put it to the chat. Well, let's put it to the chat. Let's put it to the chat and find out, huh? Which would you rather endure there? Would you rather it be more Puddle of Mud Nirvana covers or Fiona Apple's new album in its entirety?
Oh, fuck both.
Uh-oh. We're getting into real apocalypse territory now. Oh, is that rather? No, come on. I mean, what if? How about this? What if Fiona Apple took over as the band's lead singer, and then it could be Puddle of Apples?
Can we rewind the clock about 10 years?
I wish I could rewind the clock to take that joke back. See, Seth Meyers, you're not alone, and I don't have a writing staff. Or a tiny little door. Apple mud. That sounds kind of... Actually, puddle
I
of
like
apple. And...
Crispy Jen's comment. Deep throat a shotgun. Yeah, and pull the trigger.
See, I don't get what you guys are saying, because, you know, it's going to be so much dramatic outpourings of artistry. I wouldn't be surprised if Puddle of Mud didn't have a Zoom concert for everyone. We could all tune into that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, this apocalypse has been disappointing.
Yeah. I love the notion of a 5.57 full metal jacket.
Larry Kubiak, Puddle of Mud have Zunes. I sometimes wonder if those bands that, like, you know, they got really hot in the early 2000s, or like even the late 90s, right? If some of them don't sound as bad as they do now because so many of their albums ended up on cassette tape. Canuck, you know about cassette tapes. Do you know Canuck? You know about cassette tapes, right? And it's like, just like in, oh, what was that? Goddamn, how am I forgetting the name of that? The movie with Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser. Their band, they break into the radio station. They hold him up with a fake Uzi. Airheads. Shit. Fuck, it was Airheads. Holy shit, yeah, Airheads. But no, I just remember Brendan Fraser complaining in Airheads, yeah, when they're like, well, we got the cassette. He's like, no, it sounds like someone's stepping on my nads. Like, yeah, maybe that's how it works, you know? The sound degradation of a cassette tape made so many rock singers from previous times sound better than they actually are. Just a theory. Just a theory. I don't know much. I'm not an audio engineer. But, 15-year-old Bush cassette tape, sounds as good as the day I bought it.
Bullshit.
I'm gonna go cruising around in my Saturn, listening to Glycerine, and then rewinding it back to catch that one part that everyone likes. You know, the one where he says glycerine.
I actually had a project card that had a working cassette deck.
I really thought you were going to see at a project card that was a fucking Saturn. I'm like, that is impressive.
Nah,
projects.
It's a Mercury Colony Park. So, wood panel station wagon.
Of course you did, Ben. Why wouldn't you?
Well, no, my parents had a Ford LTD when I was growing up, and I could drop the second and third row. Oh, same year, 88. But I could throw a fucking airbed in that and sleep comfortably. And you've seen me in person. I'm a tall motherfucker. Like, that's saying something.
Hmm. Well, that was really painful, Larry, so thank you. Apparently it's been around oh wow, hang on. Did this just happen? Not Larry, sorry, Canuck, did that just happen? Yeah, oh yeah, here we go.
I'll be honest with you.
Now we've got
I'm
now we got from Larry. Larry's coming in now, because I saw it pop up, but yeah, Canuck, yeah, no, I'm asking that. Sorry, I meant Canuck. Like, did you do this in your studio, Canuck? Is that what happened? Is that what fucking happened? You did this. Yeah. No, sorry, Larry. I saw your name pop up before the notification went off, and I was just like, Larry, no, fuck, Canuck. He's the one there. There it is. I'm like Ron Burgundy with this shit. Seriously. And I also get that problem where, like, from time to time, I'll read something, and I'll read the wrong word in it, and I'll take the entirely incorrect context from the entire situation. I do that a lot, actually. It's like, well, I didn't see that coming. So let's see what this Corona metal business is about. Head on back over to that screen of mine.
We've all seen the pictures online of people who seem to think they're invincible.
Okay.
Well, you're not. Enough is enough. Go home and stay home.
YouTube. Uh-oh. Go back. Hey, I think YouTube stream survived. They detected copyrighted audio. Oh my goodness, all that beautiful, beautiful ad revenue. Oh,
That
Christ.
fucking cat right there. That's a bad kitty.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, who the fuck knows? I really don't. I mean, I'll be honest, I really, like, I brought it back to YouTube because I know some people just like watching there. I really don't give a fuck about YouTube. I genuinely couldn't give a fuck
It
less about
shows.
YouTube. Yeah. It's a fucking, it's like D-Live. It's the kind of thing like when you see what really passes for big content, it's like, why the fuck do I even bother? What's the point? But that was really dope, Larry. Thank you for that. Corona metal. I actually like, I'm not a huge metalhead myself, right? And
Same.
but I really did, I was digging that song. I was digging that track.
Well, that's like what I deal with all the fucking time. Like being a cosplayer, I get invited, like, and just dragged along fucking baby metal concerts, like, almost monthly. And I don't like baby metal, but I listen to a fuck ton of it.
Well, I'm bringing in the next person now. We got Breadmaster
Oh, Jesus
PBJ's
Christ.
come. What's happening, brother?
What's up?
What's
Son
up?
son of a bitch.
Oh,
what
you
happened?
brought me in here with him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
I did. Wasn't my choice. It was the roll of the dice, but it worked out, kind of, you know.
God,
You know,
I still love you.
how long have I been trapped at home? God, this is week 3. It's week 3.
Oh, my diner shut down 2 months ago. Sorry.
Oh man.
Let me see. I want to say I think I stayed home. I think I'm on week 5 or 6 at this point because I started
I thought
staying
you were
home.
always home though. No.
Yeah, no, I am. I just mean like I stopped going out. No, actually, no, nothing's changed. Never mind.
It's like nothing's changed. Just everybody else gets to feel this.
Yeah, that's why I feel better. My depression's all gone. I can't wait. Like, I've really been enjoying my therapy sessions just because I have like nothing to talk about. He's like, "How's the depression going?" It's fine, actually. Perfectly
I'm fine.
fine.
'Cause everyone's suffering with me, and that way I don't feel alone.
Yeah.
Promise
Well,
they
no.
go away.
Wait, it's
I
that.
would
It's
get
that.
better
It's
like,
hang on. Well, hang on. I don't want to get you. I don't want to get it twisted because it's not just that. It's also the fact that, like all the shit that had bothered me before, right?
Yeah.
It's all irrelevant now, and I'm just like, oh, it doesn't matter. Society's falling apart. Like fucking student loan debt collectors can kiss my brown eye. Fuck them in the ass. You know, I don't care. Also, like, even though I've got a bunch of motions filed, like, I can't go back to family court until they reopen that fucking nightmare. So I'm like, well,
Well, at that point, you're gonna file so many that you're right on the front. You're on the freaking top of the ballot. Then.
oh, trust me, that's never a problem. Yeah, they get filed for me. I mean, against me. But yeah, but no, I mean, I ain't gotta worry about that.
How can they file against you if you don't see your kid, but you still pay the child support?
Oh no. Well, the thing is like I'm still supposed to have her throughout the week, but then things got fucked up, and then things got more fucked up, and then when quarantine time came around, it was just like, all right, no, I'm not gonna risk that, and also I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna go fucking sending sheriffs out or anything stupid like that. I've been in touch with the kid though, and that was the other fucked up thing though, is like they canceled my child support obligation. I don't have to pay her anymore.
Oh, they canceled it.
Yeah, in August. Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's the fucked up thing, and this is one of the things I love about New Hampshire, which is why I'm cheering on like the fall of all these systems. These fuckers, though, they were always really good at holding me like my feet to the fire to make sure like I'd pay more money than I actually had. But as soon as they dropped the order, the court didn't inform the child support people of that.
Oh, and so the child support people are knocking on your door, just like,
they
what the fuck, man?
Oh no, I got like right before everything shut down, I got this bill. I got 2 notices. One saying my license has been suspended, and one saying I owe $4.5 grand. And I'm like, huh? The fuck? I get in touch with like, oh no, this is not the order we have on file. I'm like, are you telling me it's my job? Are you telling me it's my job to inform one branch of the state what the other branch of the state is doing? That's fucking amazing.
Because the state's the one that told you how much you need to pay.
Wow. So yeah, it's just like, and then all this shit went down, and I'm like, you know what? Let all this shit just fall to the goddamn ground.
Yeah, no. Today has been
a
surprisingly like not as shit as the rest. Because I got my stimulus check yesterday.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I got my stimulus check yesterday.
I'm informed. Well, I've been told there's a good chance I won't get one because the state has a child support arrears on file for me. So.
So between that and the back pay for disability, which. Sorry, I give you guys corona. But, yeah.
It's viral, guys. It means it's transmitted through the internet.
Yeah. Outside of, like, disability back pay, on top of the fucking, like, stimulus check, I'm sitting on about $5 grand right now coming my way.
Wish I got a disability check to pay for my shit right now.
Yeah. I could be disabled. I bet no one would question it.
Mentally or physical?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
whichever one gets you more money, I guess.
But it's a fucking process. But every month after you filed it, that they put that shit off, like, you get a back pay for every single fucking month. And I could just move to either New Orleans or Catalina and never work a day in my life.
Yeah,
bitch, you ain't moving fucking anywhere. We on lockdown.
No, I'm leaving like the fucking moment I get the shit.
It's like I'm gonna go to, like, when they reopen, I'm gonna go to Social Security office. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I need to file for disability insurance. They're like, what's your disability? I have anorexia.
Anorexia.
Yeah, anorexia.
Lack of ads.
No. Anorexia is if I'm thinking of the right one, it's like a clinical inability to form preoccupations. You know.
Now I'm being informed that on a Minecraft server I'm in that somebody fucked up and they were too close to my base, so now my shit's all gonna get moved.
I have clinical nonchalance, which is why I don't check my mail really ever. If you leave a voice message too.
Well,
I get to
apparently
call the
too,
unemployment
right?
office tomorrow
It's
too.
a declarable fucking condition.
Well, that's the weirdest part about this though, is like, especially since this shit went down, like I really don't give a fuck. Like I don't check my mail. If my phone rings and I don't know the number, sometimes I'll pick it up out of curiosity. Other times I'll just immediately delete the voicemail and not pay attention. Like
I've also been noticing like the lack of like just like random calls I would get throughout the day. It's just like I thought quarantine was supposed to make you skyrocket.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love the fact though that like apparently like the scam callers who want to help me extend the warranty for the car that I don't fucking own.
Yeah.
They're essential workers. So I've still gotten a couple of those calls.
For me, it's all the fucking student loan people.
I love the fact that I keep getting credit card fucking debt, even though I've never had one.
Oh yeah.
Or I'll get like the text to speech guy who's like, "We are filing. Something is wrong with your social security number. We are filing a motion, and we'll see you in court." It's like whatever
There
you
is
say.
now an arrest warrant open for you. If you wish
Yes,
to
the
avoid
arrest
further
warrant's
problems,
my
press one.
favorite. The arrest warrant's my favorite.
I've pressed one a couple times, and you always get to that Indian phone operator, right? Whose name is like Charles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your name really Charles? No, it's Atmanad.
Hello, my name is Jake.
No, I'll just let him know. I'll be like, so there's an arrest warrant on for me? And he's like, yes, sir. There's been a warrant issued for your arrest. I'm like, well, good luck finding me on my private island, fuckers. This thing's ringed with 50 cals, and I'm ready for you.
I'm ready
sorry.
for the boogaloo on Epstein Island. What?
Yeah. Well, a fun thing though is to start asking, like, do you even know what fucking state I live in? Because, like,
Do you even know what area code you're spoofing, sir?
I've been arrested enough times to where I know most of the cops here on a first name basis. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna check with them, and if I hear any funny business about this not being for reals, well, you better bet your sweet ass that yeah, it's gonna be rough times in Charles Land. How about that? Yeah, I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna burn that
Where's
shit
Charles
out.
Land? It's a subsection of New Delhi. That's what I fucking thought.
I'm gonna become your personal fucking Jabberwocky, bro.
I do the same thing. Like, it's like, motherfucker, you called me. You don't know where I live. You don't know my name. And
I'm about to fucking pick up the phone, and these people are just like, "Do you know what area code you are currently spoofing? Do you know what area code we're calling from, sir?"
Just randomly start giving me like a fucking tarot reading with an incomplete deck of
The
playing
amount
cards.
of time, like, and the worst part is the amount of times I've been spoofed with the area code, and then the first 3 digits of my phone number irritates the shit out of me.
You know, I did actually get properly taken off the list one time though. It's just like a few months back. I was
That's
helping
impressive.
Quinn with, I was helping Quinn with her homework. It was like basic math homework, right?
Yeah.
And I was trying to get her to recognize an error that she'd made with her multiplication. It was a really obvious one. It was just one easy mistake to make. And then this scam caller comes on. Now she loves it when I fuck with those people, because like I'll just, what is it? She used to crack up because I'd do a thing like I'd get to the operator and then I'd just start like put an old man voice on. And I'd be like, hello sir, I would like to talk to you about refinancing your credit card. Hold on. And I'd just start mashing a keypad, and I'd be like, Sharon is a young man on the phone. I can't make it louder. Beep, beep. Hello. I do that. I did one, like, I was just really bored one time, and I just went to the operator. I'm like, check it out, yo. First off, I don't have credit cards because I'm a professional musician. I just figured out how to play Most of Mary That Little Lamb. Check it out. And I started playing it on the keypad. Yeah.
It's like, dude, there's a song called Hot Cross Buns. Want to hear it? Get out the recorder and play it like a real shittily.
Well, so this time the guy calls up and he's trying to give me his pitch. I'm like, all right, hold on. I need your help on something though, okay? He's like, what? Oh, okay, what is it? I'm like, okay, listen. I put him on speaker, and I'm like, Quinn, read the question to him. And she reads the question. I'm like, all right, you got that? Now read your answer. Okay, now you got that. Now, I've been trying to tell her what the correct answer is. She's not believing me. Will you convince her? And the guy's like cracking up on the other end. And he's like, and he walks her through the math problem. And then I'm just like, and then I'm like, see? In your face! Ha! Anyway, I don't actually have any credit cards. Could you maybe take me off the list? He's like, I'm actually going to take you off the list because this has been the most entertaining call of the night, so we won't bother you anymore. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, a magic trick. A little life hack. Little life hack for you guys.
No, I worked telemarketing for about a week. And yeah, they totally buy up phone numbers and get names. And
oh, I know.
Will just auto dial like the next fucking person. But yeah, I would take people off the list for shit like that. Like if you give me a chuckle, fuck yeah.
Y2KNW is saying he told the guy that he hoped his family died in a drone strike and hung up, and that the guy called him back to get mad. Well,
wait, you have a telemarketer call back to get mad?
Yeah, I doubt you got taken off many lists there.
I think you got put on I think you got put on more lists now because they told the Fed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, Y2K Canadian. They're not gonna do shit.
Well, I want to drag a couple more people in there, but I don't want too crowded a room.
Bring in Smog and Canuck.
No, I'm still rolling. I mean, this is all. It still stays randomized. So fuck it, I'll just do it randomized now. All right, so. What?
I am being notified that in the Minecraft server, it has been China syndromed.
Oh. What?
200 blocks away from where my house is situated.
Oh, okay. Well, we do have Smog coming in. So hello.
Yay. Smog decides to talk.
Smog. And then we do one more, and from that one we get Breach. And
Dragon's Blood.
And she's gone.
Oh, hey, hang on. Let me mute the stream.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, probably. I apologize for the lack of audio. My mic bit the dust, so I'm using my phone.
Okay.
I hear you probably better through your phone.
Most likely.
It kicked her out. All right, I'll try bringing her back in. Let's see.
Okay, I don't know if this is the best question, but it's been on my mind for a while. Do you think that the fears over this coronavirus and the fact that it's leading to constitutional infringement, how do I phrase it? Do you think it's as dangerous? Okay.
Yeah, define constitutional infringement, because if you're going like fucking hardcore, everything that means that there's a government is infringing.
No. I mean, I just find it scary that cops are detaining people for being like alone in a park and far away from people, and they're detaining people because they're out paddleboarding.
Where?
Alone.
Okay, question: where?
Where?
One was in. Geez, where was it? It was.
I mean, I'm happy to look at links, but I could say this. Here's the thing: that given in this country, right, the millions upon millions of people, and the millions of cops, I believe there's millions of cops. Pretty sure there's millions of cops.
Hundreds of millions of people. About
You're inevitably gonna get this shit, right? Like, I sincerely believe most police aren't rousting people off of benches, but it's like anything else, because it was like that one incident in Philly, right? Now here's the funny thing: if there was widespread problems of that in Philly, we would see a lot more of it. But instead, we all just saw that one video of the guy getting dragged off the bus, which was fucked up. That was fucked up and stupid. But, like, when you want to talk about constitutional infringements, I'd be more worried about if we get to a point when we're considering, like, mandatory, like, tracing apps, for instance. Right?
I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Well, this is the problem, right? So, like, my whole perspective on this whole, like, fucking the bullshit society that we built up, which was, like, a castle built on actual sand, as we can tell, with every conceivable institution, from government to the healthcare infrastructure and industry to the way our markets are structured to the way our entire economy is structured. All of this, it was so fucking fragile. All it took was the gentle breeze of a pandemic virus like this to basically knock it the fuck over. And now we're scrambling to make sure we can, like, put the pieces back. But just like that, on the one hand, if we can all commonly recognize how fucked up these systems are and how fucking fragile and broken and categorically unfair, and not in that, like, bitchy, like, I didn't get what I wanted way, but more in the way that, you know, there is a huge world of difference between the financier class, who they come into or start off with a fuck ton of money, and that's how they make their living, versus everybody else who's told to bootstrap it, right? The bootstrap thing is it's a fucking myth, and we're starting to see that. There are masters and serfs. If people can actually work together in some way or another to create a better system, that would be great. The unfortunate thing, though, is that at the same time, just think about what happened after 9/11. And, like, you look at these dopes in these, like, Michigan protests and these Trump idiots with their fucking Confederate flags, like fucking Chow-slung ARs with plate carriers they bought off of goddamn Facebook, thinking they're going to lead us into a new American Revolution because their daddy told them to. Fuck off. The worst part is, those will be the same people that if the federal government, just like after 9/11, decides that they're going to start using this as an excuse, like William Barr already floated the idea of, in a crisis time, we should suspend habeas corpus. Okay.
Fuck that. No.
After 9/11, but after, keep in mind, after 9/11, like, if you'd propose something like the Patriot Act and the PRISM program and all of the other domestic spying shit that came out of our eagerness to just be safe and secure from the mean old brownies after 9/11, and you saw how sheepishly people just fell into those rhythms, I do kind of worry that they're going to go the same way with this one. That it's going to be another one of, like, biometrics, like biometric scans everywhere.
Know that doesn't have an end date on it to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Well, the thing with the whole suspending of habeas corpus is that already is a precedent.
No.
Yes, it does.
No. It's a constitutional right, and you can't override.
No. Do you not know what happened during the Civil War? That's a precedent.
Yeah.
No, the Civil War.
Civil War is considered a crisis, and they suspended habeas corpus.
No.
Well, he tried, and the Supreme Court stopped him. He did try, and the Supreme Court overruled him.
The point being, though,
was a legal secession. However, like, people don't know that the Constitution was actually the second form of government that we had.
Yeah. Then you've got these fucking morons who are like, I'm an Article 4 free inhabitant. No, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
I know.
This is but what,
wonderful.
I'm talking to you, Jables.
This is what we're. Yeah, but I mean, this is. Well, this is what I worry that we're barreling towards, though. Is like, it's you know, when it's like that line. I mean, I've been sharing that Kate Tempest poem, "People's Faces," around a lot, right? Really like that poem, but the line I like most is so it's all coming to pass. My nation's crumbling and it's becoming a dark farce. Was that a pivotal moment we just went stumbling past? Because that's exactly how it works. I mean, the notion that things could get better if people recognize things is one idea, but then I look at how blatantly and patently and proudly fucking stupid so many people actually are, that I realize, like, no, you know, they'll probably fall clean into the fucking abattoir on this one. You know, you got enough people out there either not taking it seriously or actually they've been brainwashed to think that the fucking stock market is actually worth the price of people's lives. Yeah. Not even recognizing that it's been based on that before.
To be fair to those people, I can kind of see why. Only because, and I'm not saying that it is, I'm just saying I can see the rationale. Because after the U.S. was taken off the gold standard, most countries pegged their currency to the U.S. economy. So if the U.S. economy fucking crashes, I don't mean like what we're going through now. I mean it crashes, then the whole world's economy crashes.
To be honest, Breach, we're looking at probably worse than Great Recession, possibly worse than Great Depression.
Mm-hmm.
This shit keeps going the way it's going.
So then I can see the argument for, okay, is it better to open it? I mean,
no, because then the virus will get even worse. And then when it gets worse and it makes its resurgence in the fall, which it's expected to make.
Also, the American economy is off the gold standard for the reason that there's this angry Frenchman who tried to buy all the gold the U.S. had.
Well, so here's the thing, like genetically, like
genetically, what the fuck?
Where are we getting?
I'm sorry, what?
No,
All I heard was genetic.
No, shut up, Fred. We fight back as fiercely as the fucking virus.
No, we don't.
No,
we don't. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
That's
How drunk are you right now?
Yeah,
you're worse than Jables when you're drunk. You're worse than Jables when you're sober. Jesus fucking Christ.
Have you been hitting that that Red Dawn Wolverine's Monster Energy potion again?
Oh yeah, the Wolverine where everyone gets a 240.
No.
Fucking
no. If you guys
What did you say, by the way? I couldn't even hear him.
Our bodies actually fight off a lot of diseases and bacteria and viruses, like all the fucking time. And this is undeniable. However, like the viruses fight back. We will get through this.
Well, no, we're gonna get through it. It's not the end of the fucking world. Yeah, this isn't gonna end up.
How many people are gonna die before that happens?
Yeah, this isn't gonna end up like The Road. All right, but well, I mean, you see, here's the fucked up thing though. It's like when you hear people talk about shit, right? So let's say that this virus has a 1 to 3% mortality rate. Okay, that doesn't sound like a lot. But when you take the very short span of time in which it's been in this country already and the rate of its spread, right? That's a lot of people. It's
actually looking at close to almost a 5.5% death rate.
We have a better yardstick to measure than most countries do. We have a better infrastructure.
What is this yardstick?
Yeah, and what is this infrastructure? Because like I covered, well, on Wednesday alone, right? Because when you talk about infrastructure, a lot of that also comes down to how it's handled and managed and administrated. And just to see the variances and the fucked up ways different states and governments are handling it, not to mention the absolute abysmal shit rat failure of the federal response. Then you start to see like Florida, like, oh, we're gonna reopen our beaches. Fucking brilliant idea. Then up here in New England, you got Matt. Hang on. Up here, hang on. Shush. Stop. Up here in New England, just 2 different states. Massachusetts gives a pay bump. Massachusetts gives a pay bump to that was Breach left, I guess. Massachusetts gives a pay bump and bonuses to its healthcare workers who are dealing with it. New Hampshire's thing. Well, our hospital chain lost a lot of money, so we're going to furlough over 600 people, and we're going to give everyone else, like, a pay cut. Huh? No, I mean, like, you know, so yeah, the human body will survive it. The human species will survive it. But, it's the same thing like the people who say, oh, well, it's all just alarmism. It's like, no, now is a time to be alarmed. A global pandemic has arrived in the United States and has infected over 500,000 people in a very short amount of time and has killed 36,000 of them in a very short amount of time. Now, whenever I look at the totals for how many are dead, I realize that there are probably somewhere in the range of maybe possibly 500 to 1,000 bodies that have not actually been tallied yet. Each time.
New York just finished tallying all the shit from yesterday because they were behind.
Yeah, it's
skyrocketed like 10,000.
Yeah, and I mean, beyond that, too, and I mean, like, people want to talk about workforce productivity. Well, consider this. Even many people who, a lot of people, a good amount of people will have no symptoms or very mild symptoms. But what they're also starting to find out is that this virus is also starting to get to a point where it can start affecting the heart and the kidneys, strangely. And we're just starting to figure out what these effects could be, because this bitch is still mutating. And that's what happened with the Spanish flu. It mutated over the summer when everyone thought they were free. Oh my God, we flattened our curve. The hospitalizations and deaths and all that, they're going down. We're past it. They go out, they spread it again, and then just around fall time, that new version comes around and kills the majority of the dead in that particular pandemic. And now, even let's say, like, let's look past deaths. if people come out of this with severe scarring of the lungs, heart issues, overall like organ problems, right? You're going to be talking about a lot of people who are going to need long-term care and probably won't be able to return to the workforce at full strength. I mean, this shit's going to cripple the fuck out of us. And it effectively already has.
Because apparently I found out that roughly 20 to 25% of our economy is based off the banking industry. What happens when 25% of your economy goes down the shitter? A lot of bad things happen.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I mean, like the only rosy perspective.
We're better at measuring like our medical issues. We have a better infrastructure for determining like what the fuck is going on medically.
Except we failed to do that.
That doesn't mean that we have a good infrastructure for dealing with this problem.
Well, no, we've also found
fucking self-evident.
Dude, I've been listening to the president, like President Bath Salt's daily open mics from hell, and
his foot and mouth fucking offices.
Well, yeah, but the thing is I mean, when you talk about our infrastructure for dealing with it and tracking it, in theory, we could deploy an infrastructure,
but not dealing.
No, even like either or though. The problem is like what we're seeing now is, let's say hypothetically we do have the proper and best infrastructure anyone could ever have for doing it. What we're seeing is it's not happening. And every day that goes by that we don't take the adequate necessary action to do what we need to do to track it and contain it, well, it gets worse. And that makes the whole affair more difficult when we finally get around to doing it. Because unfortunately, the people in power are quite literally only concerned with the health of industries. They know there are going to be human beings left over to work their service sector gigs and to staff their fucking cruise ships and to serve overpriced cocktails on fucking Delta flights. They know that, which is why they don't fucking care. They don't fucking care how many people die. They really don't. As long as there's enough people to spend money on this shit that they sell and enough people to shuffle them into what will be a very desperate workforce at that point. So let's how funny would that be if our minimum wage debate suddenly rolled back to where we had no, we need to go back to $5.50 an hour. Huh?
Go back to $2.
Oh Christ. It's gonna be a shit show. Like this optimism of saying that we have the ability to do a thing, like we have the ability literally in this country to do literally anything we want. Nationally speaking, we went to the moon. We could probably go to Mars. We could have a public healthcare system that covers all Americans. We could probably even maintain a global military infrastructure, which is actually dedicated to preserving life, protecting liberty, and ending genocide. But none of that is how it happens. It has always consistently been and will probably consistently continue to be unless we can find a way to really fuck it all up. A system in which human lives are weighed against stock portfolios and predicted futures indexes. That's what this is. The president today got up and he tried to sound as though he gave a shit that tens of thousands of people have died and tens of thousands more will die. But he spent far less time considering the human cost as he did celebrating his fantasies about reopening markets and having the biggest booming economy ever. It's a fucking pipe dream that so many people are living in, especially here in America, because you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe our infrastructures, maybe our systems are capable of doing the things that need to be done, but they're not. Because the average American, from Joe Schmo all the way up through the fucking president, have all bought into this ridiculous line that wealth, luxury, and status are the most important things, that power is the most important thing, and that those things need to come before human concerns, which is why lots and lots more people are going to fucking die. And as long as those in power, the investor and financier classes, can continue to, punch on their cybernetic keyboards and tote up their billable fucking hours, nothing's going to change. And it's only going to get worse. The only way this gets better is if people just finally take a moment and wake the fuck up to the fact that they've been played on a long con that started long before they were born. And now we're seeing the evidence of how broken that con game really is. And so many people, like a religious fanatic, have bought into it so thoroughly that they would sooner die than admit things need to change. That's the moment we're at.
So, I agree with about 70% of that. I'm the living definition of the quote that you've probably heard before of an optimist is like, a pessimist is just a failed optimist.
Okay.
Yeah. I do still see the good in people.
Well, that's fine. People can be good. Societies all
Like-
too often fall for the cons of the most ruthless, greedy, and deceptive among them. And that's how we got to where we are right now.
Oh, people are fucking stupid. Like,
yeah.
I'm not.
We're not
dumb
gonna,
enough
dude.
after-
No, listen, Ben. We're not gonna our society is not gonna suffer necessarily from the evil that exists within people. It's gonna suffer from the stupidity. We've already seen it. We're seeing it now. We're gonna continue to see more of it. You could watch. We could have a Stephen King Captain Trips level fucking virus, and you'd have people with Gadsden flags, Trump flags, and Confederate flags slinging their ARs, claiming the whole thing is a hoax, while people die and pustules explode right in front of them. That's where we're at. And again,
I know
and again, all we need to do is laugh. We can laugh. We can hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and laugh at it all along the way.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But I know we're gonna soldier on. We're gonna get through it, and it's not as bad as the fucking media is proclaiming.
I haven't watched any of the media shit. I just look at the John Hopkins fucking numbers that they put up.
Yeah.
Oh, I just go to
That's all I need to do, and I'm just like, well, Italy's got a 13% death rate for this shit.
What's
The good
getting
thing-
irritating is you see the articles that are like, they're bringing freezer trucks out to hospitals to store all the dead. They
Yeah, because
do
the
that-
morgues are full.
They do that normally if like a hurricane or if like some sort of huge tragedy happens. They'll bring freezer trucks to store the dead because
They did it in
it's better
Sandy
to
too.
do it- They do
Well,
it for any mass.
I
death.
have this on good authority. That
What's the good
there's
authority? Because whenever I
someone-
hear somebody says that they're full of shit,
No, it's
I genuinely
literally-
feel like people that say that are
hold
good
on.
at
Let
shit.
him make his point.
I actually knew somebody who worked at a mortuary, and there's only 3 in our state, and so it takes a super long time to get cremated. Yeah, like body bags are piling up.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Body bags are piling up, and
So they're bringing those freezer trucks to like store people until they can catch up because I think in like New York you're only allowed to have a crematory where there's a cemetery.
Oh, or they're yeah, my state they have to be separate. You can't have a crematorium and you cannot own a crematorium and a funeral home at the same place.
See, in my state, I have like we have crematories everywhere. Ohio has a lot because
Well, I mean, because Ohio's kind of on fire.
currently, yes.
It's always on fire. What are you talking about?
I'm lucky if I get to leave my house.
But
Which section of Ohio would you live in? Like Toledo area? Because that's bad.
I go to school in the Toledo area, but I live
Oh
by
no!
Cleveland.
Oh, even better.
Dead wolf.
But I live by Cleveland, so I go through both of them.
You go through both hells just to get to some sort of sanctuary.
I think Dead Wolf makes a good point. He says body bags are just sleeping bags for the dead. That's true. Maybe we can look at these freezer
But I mean,
trucks
if
as
you're
like
dead,
they are.
they're camps. They're like they're like summer camps for the dead in spring.
I mean, if you really think about it, if the dead pile up, will the police in California have to tell them to move because they're like the homeless population?
Well, I gotta, because we're past the 2 hour mark, and I'm definitely needing to shut this down. If nothing else to evacuate my bladder. But one thing I don't know if you guys like, I've been watching a lot more of his shit. Bo of the Fifth Column, he put a good point out. So there's that island in New York where they're doing a mass grave right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, those bodies will probably be like taken out and insured and set to piece properly as it was, but. We see that image and we're like, oh my god. The thing is, they've been doing that for a long time. That island,
They've been doing that for years.
Yeah, they've been doing that for decades. Now, what he brought up with that, though, is the fact that so many people weren't even aware of that. And then when it comes to Arlington Cemetery, for instance, like Arlington Cemetery was selected by the government as a place to inter the dead. And it was General Lee's
former estate.
Estate, yeah. And it was seized. And something I kind of like the idea of it, especially with this shitbag fucking response. And this goddamn kleptocrat fucking douchebag in office. I kind of like the idea of seizing Trump golf courses and turning them into fields for the dead. That was
fucking just seize the entirety of Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Let's inter the dead from this coronavirus on Trump properties. And Bo made a really good point with it. He's like, that way at least he can have his name on something that lasts in history.
Have you ever been to a Trump party?
Yeah. It's the biggest short bus you've ever seen.
I mean, I went to the one in the west end of the Vegas Strip. It was nice.
Oh, a Trump hotel? I thought you said rally. Well, no, I mean, you got to keep you got to keep in mind. You got to keep in mind the nice places that have the Trump name on them are run by actual business people. They're not run by the Trump clan, which is why they stay in business.
They're the franchise.
Yeah, anything he tries to run himself, from casinos and hotels up through the country, inevitably fails. So,
I'm well aware. I'm just saying, I went and had lunch in Trump International one time, just because it was nice.
That's great. I'm glad they're nice hotels. I still say we should take all his golf courses and bury the dead from the virus there.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And yeah, Scrappy asked if I saw the Netflix documentary. That's actually part of this, and I really, like, no joke, if you've got Netflix and you haven't seen it, go watch fucking Dirty Money, and you will see what these fucking people are really like. I mean, Jared Kushner even right now is trying to squeeze low and middle income tenants in his buildings for rent. At no matter what, he needs to get it. Kushner, Ivanka, all of these people, they are categorical scum. And Crispy says he doesn't like de Blasio. Fuck yeah, I don't like de Blasio, and I don't like Cuomo either. They've been doing a much better job than this dipshit president, though. And these people will kill people. They will. They will let you die. They will let people you love die. If they can ensure that they will get richer off of it. Because this is the con. And and I've heard it said before too, these people are not actually even the cause. They're the symptom. The real fucking disease is this lifestyle and wealth obsession that we've had in this country for so fucking long, where people genuinely tend to think human lives can be adequately weighed against fortunes. You lose your humanity when you give into that shit. And that's exactly what happened with these people who are in charge right now. And it's going to be fucking darkly and tragically hilarious to observe the repeated failings that we see come out of reality TV stars who've been given exceeding amounts of power. So let's wrap this up. I'm going to start at the bottom of the list, at least. Smog, what do you want to leave us with tonight?
Bring out your dead.
Bring out your dead. If they're not dead, if they're not dead, just hit them with a bit of wood. It'll be fine.
It's either that or just drown yourself in Bud Light and you'll be okay.
I've been good. I'm like 3 days now without a space bag of wine. I'm proud of myself.
I've got a 24 pack of Bud Light, so
I'm getting better.
I'm gonna be rocking.
Well, Jables isn't here. Ben, what do you want to promote? Shill,
I've been watching Cooking with Clara quite a bit, which is now renamed to Great Depression Cooking. Like, you want to make bread, you want to make salad, you want to make just food in general. Like, during this fucking coronavirus plague epidemic. Yeah, go to GreatDepressionCooking.com.
Her stuff's great, man.
Yeah. You know, another interesting one is Townsend's, and I love that one just because it's like 18th century cooking, which means it's like, hey, most of your family died of dysentery. Let's learn how to... Let's learn what we could do with nothing more than potatoes and a single bowl of milk.
Let's find a way, damn it. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic in that, like, he'll teach you how to make a fucking, like, seasoning kit in an Altoid system.
Yeah. 18th century survival. What fun.
Who actually uses who actually eats Altoids and then just like doesn't keep the container?
Yeah.
I don't, because I don't eat Altoids.
Somewhere there's like a mountain of discarded Altoids. Like, just, you know, they get swept up and they get like, you know, they hit the waste processing plant and there's like a special chute for all the Altoids and it just goes out into this one big mountain. It's like, damn.
And at the center of that fucking mountain is an Altoid container.
I was just gonna say it's like everyone. It's just like a bunch of like
one of
you
those
know, like,
golden Altoid containers.
fucking foreman.
It's literally made of diamond because of all the weight of the Altoid just crushing it.
yeah. Foreman.
Diamond Altoid container.
What kind of
That's
Minecraft mod is this?
Just looking out of the mountain and saying, "That's a lot of weed kits right there." God bless you, boys. Well, Breadmaster, what would you like to suggest to the peoples or leave them with?
Well, I'm about to leave you with the fuck Bud Light. I drink the champagne of light beer, which is Miller Lite.
Well, you know,
Miller Lite's what I was raised on.
Honestly,
same here.
That's all I can
Fucking same
afford.
here, damn it.
there are no alcoholic drinks right now which are verboten. They are all quarantinis until we are once again free to populate the beaches and parks and infect each other with diseases we never heard of.
And apparently PBR is coming out with a 6.5 alcohol per 6.5% alcohol variant.
It?
They're reading.
Look, PBR is like 2 at best, man. Like that's like triple. Like, they're tripling the alcohol content.
It's 4.5. It's the same.
4.5.
Yeah, it's the same as all the rest.
Oh, okay.
You can trust me. I used to be professional.
12
Well-
or go home.
But with that, and
That's
apologies
called
to
being an alcoholic, Ben.
I know.
well, apologies to Canuck, Mickey, and Dina for not being able to get you in here tonight. I will leave
You
us
didn't
all with
pass
this.
muster.
Well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go live so they can see what this is and they can watch it with us. And then I'm gonna deafen myself. This is just something I wanted to leave us with, something that I was reminded of, something which kind of I think this speech encapsulates. I think his speech encapsulates everything that's wrong right now, and it's fucking always just fun to hear. So,
Devil's advocate.
good night, guys.
It's an emergency.
Yes, sir.
You look like you could use a drink.
Yes. Yes, thanks.
Eddie Barzoon, Eddie Barzoon. I nursed him through 2 divorces, a cocaine rehab, and a pregnant reception. God's creature, right? God's special creature? And I've warned him, Kevin. I've warned him every step of the way. Watching him bounce around like a fucking game, like a wind-up toy. Like 250 pounds of self-serving greed on wheels. The next 1,000 years is right around the corner, Kevin. And Eddie Barzoon, take a good look. Excuse me. Because he's the poster child for the next millennium. These people, it's no mystery where they come from. You sharpen the human appetite to the point where it can split atoms with its desire. You build egos the size of cathedrals, fiber optically connect the world to every eager impulse, grease even the dullest dreams with these dollar green, gold-plated fantasies until every human becomes an aspiring emperor, becomes his own god. And where can you go from there? Hey, wrong way! Yeah. Fuck you! And as we're scrambling from one deal to the next, who's got his eye on the planet? As the air thickens, the water sours, even the bee's honey takes on the metallic taste of radioactivity. And it just keeps coming, faster and faster. There's no chance to think, to prepare. It's buy futures, sell futures, when there is no future. We got a runaway train, boy. We got 1 billion Eddie Barzoons all jogging into the future. Every one of them getting ready to fist fuck God's ex-planet, lick their fingers clean as they reach out toward their pristine, kybernetic keyboards to tote up their fucking billable hours. And then it hits home. You gotta pay your own way, Eddie. It's a little late in the game to buy out now.
Give me your watch. What? I like this watch. Do you think you're just gonna have to try and take it?
Your belly's too full, your dick is sore, your eyes are bloodshot, and you're screaming for someone to help. But guess what? There's no one there. You're all alone, Eddie. You're God's special little creature. Maybe it's true. Maybe God threw the dice once too often. Maybe he let us all down.
Oh, it's such a fun clip. And it gets more prescient by the day. There was always, to those still here, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun. Oh, we got copyrighted audio over on YouTube. Well, fuck YouTube. Anyway. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun. If you are so bored, of course, make sure to jump into the Discord. Join us for movie night tomorrow night. We do it every Saturday and Tuesday. And, of course, make sure to catch the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night here on Twitch and over on YouTube as long as it can last. I've been Nick, and good night.